Hello, welcome to the Forbes India show. We are at the Nokia India headquarters, and the man we're talking to is the man who runs Nokia's handset business in India. Shiv Kumar is the country general manager and a vice president at Nokia. But before we start talking to Shiv, let me run you through some numbers, some facts, some of which are well known, some of which are not so well known. Well known fact, Nokia dominates the Indian mobile handset market. It's got between 55 and 60% of the market share. We'll get that exact number in a bit. Reported sales last year, again estimates 14,100 crores. Not such a well-known fact. If you combine Nokia's handset business with the business of Nokia Siemens, sales tot up to about 25,000 crores. That makes it one of the largest MNCs in the country. It's even bigger than Hindustan Unilever, just a little smaller than Maruti Suzuki. But if you define MNC in the classical sense, as a wholly foreign-owned company, Nokia's handset business alone makes it the biggest MNC in India, bigger than even GE. And the man who runs this market for them, it's a very important market, it's Nokia's second largest market after China, ahead of England. The man who runs that market is right here with us. Shiv, thanks for joining us. Shiv, let's just try and get your version of those numbers, because I know that the IDC number of a 52% or 55% market share, which has dropped from 58%, is not something you agree with, because you say it doesn't capture your Chennai manufacturing entirely.
No, I think the key thing of this market is that shares go up and down, but I think with innovation and with good branding and marketing, things change dramatically.
Okay.
Things have changed dramatically even in the last 3 months with what we've done around our new portfolio. Nearly half of business last quarter has come from new products.
Okay.
One of our products has become the second largest company in this country with sales more than any other mobile.
Which product is this?
Which is a product called 2690.
Okay.
Okay, so things change dramatically. So I think some of these numbers which you quote are at a point of time. But you've seen Nokia over 15 years in this country. We've always been a strong player, and I think we'll always be a strong player.
We've always been a strong player. Let's just, okay, I was going to start talking about the challenges, but since you mentioned 15 years, let's just flash back to 1995. It was a wide open market, and it wasn't a market that had only you as a player. It had some very big names coming. You had Ericsson, you had Motorola, you had the Korean giants, you had LG, Samsung, yet you managed to get a hugely dominant share. I mean, an unnaturally large dominant share in the beginning. What was it? What was the one single factor? Was it your focus? Because the other was selling mobiles also.
Yes, I think that's a good thing. Nokia focused on 3 things. Going back to 1995, the Nokia Global Board met in Delhi in 1995 when there was no business.
Okay.
Now that calls for enormous vision and foresight to say, we are going to come into this country, we have no business right now. We set up the business in 1995. The first call was made on a Nokia phone, on a Nokia network. And when Nokia set up its business, we said we'll focus on 3 things. We'll focus on the brand, building the brand.
Mm-hmm.
Second, we'll focus on getting great quality people.
Okay.
Okay. And third, we'll focus on great distribution. In distribution, we partnered with HCL, who continue to be our strong partners over 15 years. Every other company changed distributors, except Nokia. In terms of people, we've always looked to the future to get people into the company. When we're a $1 billion business, we're asking ourselves, what kind of leadership do we require for $2 billion to run a $2 billion business? When we were a $3 billion business, we said, what do we require to run a $5 to $6 billion business? So we've always got people with much higher capacity than the size of the business. Many businesses fit leadership to the current sales turnover. We didn't do that.
Okay, let's just take a look at the way you attack distribution. As you said, distribution was very, very important. You attacked it almost like a FMCG. Today there are over 100,000 retail outlets that sell mobile handsets, and I think I don't know what the number, at least 70% sell only Nokia?
Yeah.
Now, is that unique? Is that a strategy unique to India? And how much did your levers background have to do with this?
I think it's a strategy very unique to India. And I think it evolved. I think my predecessors, I think Parikshit as well as Sanjeev, had a big role to play in it. I think I built on what they started as a foundation.
So it was a deliberate strategy to say, we will treat this like an FMCG.
Yes, it was a deliberate one. And also, I think big challenge in the last 15 years for us has been to create a unique distribution channel for a digital product like mobile phone. In most countries, mobile phones have gone with the consumer electronics channel.
Yeah.
But because we had high taxes in this country, the market was grey. As a result of which, most of the traditional digital distribution channels did not touch mobile phone. They wanted exorbitant margins to do that.
Okay.
So Nokia and HCL had no choice, but they went on their own and built a completely new distribution system. As a result of which, they got in 200,000 completely new people into this trade,
Okay.
who understood how to run this business, which is a high innovation business, where new products come and go every 6 months, products fail every 6 days, successes last 18 months.
So you're saying if the taxes had been normal in the beginning, you may have gone the traditional route?
Absolutely. If they had been normal in the beginning, then it's quite likely that the market would have gone via the consumer electronics route,
okay,
and not this FMCG route.
Okay.
And
do you think it would have done as well?
Difficult to say, but I think what this really did was the handset brands to focus on handsets. It allowed the operator to focus on his business,
okay,
etc. So, in a sense, I think
it gave you an advantage.
Not just us an advantage. I think it gave the consumer the best possible choice in this country.
Okay, so somewhere those high taxes really helped.
Yes.
Okay. Building the brand. Now, conventional wisdom will always tell you that one brand cannot mean the same thing for all classes of people, but yet you build an umbrella brand for Nokia, selling handsets from 1,000 rupees all the way up to 50,000 rupees. How did that strategy come about? What forced you into that strategy? Is that again a Nokia strategy across the world?
Yes, it is. If you look at the technology industry, you'll see in consumer durables, you'll see in any other technology part of the business, you cannot have more than one brand. It's normally one brand. Okay? Many people have tried a second brand and a third brand, and everybody has failed. Every consumer durable company has tried a second and third brand. Why is that? There's a basic reason for it, which is in the technology space, the consumers have a very clear idea of price, value, quality point.
Okay.
So, for example, a 14-inch TV compared to a 25-inch TV compared to a 30-inch TV or an LCD, they're very, very clear.
Okay, so
same thing with DVDs. So they have in their own mind a ranking of at what price do I buy what.
But in any of these other industries you mentioned, is the variance so large? I mean, in terms of value from 1,000 to 50,000?
Yes. In fact, if you look at the price premium of the lowest offering from a brand to the highest offering, I think cigarettes would be about 1:15 or so. We would be about 1:30 or 40. We are one of the highest.
Okay.
Because our lowest price phone might be about 1,500 rupees and our highest price phone might be about 40,000 rupees.
Okay.
So we have a huge range.
Tell me, can this continue with the advent of, say, the iPhone and the BlackBerry, which are considered to be high-end, and they only cater to the high-end? So how do you ensure that your customer at the high-end is not seduced by something that is clearly upmarket?
Okay. As a market evolves anywhere, there will always be segments which carve out themselves. And sometimes those segments are single-function segments, e.g. an Amazon Kindle. A Kindle is a single-function device. Okay, so when you have a multi-function device coming, then the single-function device will always have a challenge. So as the market evolves, you'll have some pockets which are single-function pockets and some pockets which are multi-function. So you'll always have that.
Okay.
But I think Nokia's biggest advantage is that it's a multi-function, socially connecting phone,
okay,
which is the huge advantage. It's just not a single function or an edge phone.
Okay, Shiv, is this the toughest time that you're facing? Let me tell you why I'm asking the question. Because perception outside is that you're being attacked now at both ends. At the top end, you're being faced with tremendously attractive products from the iPhone, from BlackBerry. You'll get the Androids coming in. You'll have at the lower end, you're being attacked at a market which is fairly important for you. You're being attacked by local brands which are using Chinese phones, very, very cheap. Lots of technology. You recently had a smartphone from Spice, which has been launched at 10,000 rupees. You're at attack from both those ends. How difficult is it? How bad is it?
I would say, starting with your question, this is not the first time we've been attacked. So if I go back to 2006, there was a huge, pressure on us, and we were told as Nokia that you didn't have any slim phone, and the whole market is going slim, and you don't have, and that's why you're losing. And then Nokia introduced 6300, and then there was no debate about slim phones and what happened to Nokia and what happened to competition. In 2006,